Yo. Oh my god, yo. AKASHI, son. Yo, it's too much. It's too much. It's just, dude, like, just stop. It's like, just stop, bro. It's like AKASHI right now, he's like a Super Saiyan 3 in, like, Kaioken. It's like, bro, it's like, what? It's like, why do you have Kaioken? He's like, fuck it. Like, I got Kaioken. Like, that's AKASHI right now. He's like a Super Saiyan God in Super Saiyan 3 mode. It's like, bro. It's like, dude, chill. It's like, yo. It's like, why? Like, why? Why are you going so hard, AKASHI? Like, AKASHI is so fucking crazy right now. Dude, he's in the zone. He's in the... It's not fair. Wow. Wow. AKASHI is in the fucking zone. How do you beat that? I mean, I understand that I stated that Team Seiren's going to win, but he's in the fucking zone. His job was to break ankles. He just got a promotion, and now his job is to obliterate ankles, to turn them into fucking dust. So you can't walk anymore, bro. He's just gonna snap people's ankles in half. Like, that's his job now. He's in the zone. So, let me start this off by making a few retractions in what I said in previous chapter reviews of Kuroko no Basket. First of all, I did say that AKASHI probably couldn't go into the zone. I was clearly wrong about that. Now, previously, I believed that because you needed a love for the game in order to actually enter the zone, AKASHI didn't have that. Now, when it came to Kagami and Aomine, it's very obvious. Those who have a love for the game. When it came to Murasugibara tried to hide it, but at the end of the game between Yosen and Seiren, he started to cry, break down in tears. So obviously that loss affected him tremendously. If he didn't care, then he would have cried. That's the way it is. So Murasugibara cares. That's very obvious. But AKASHI has never shown this type of love for the game basketball. But yet here he is, defying the odds, breaking the rules, and says, fuck it. I'm going into the zone. When the chapter started off, hold on, let me wheel on closer. Had experienced the zone before. I was like, no, don't tell me this dude is going to the zone right now. And he went into the zone. It's like, bro, he shut down Kagami so quick. I was like, what the fuck? So, that was number one. Number one is that he can go into the zone. That's facts. He's in the zone right now. So maybe Aomine was wrong about the qualifications into entering the zone, where you don't really need love for the game. All you need is the trigger. And AKASHI knows his trigger. And I'm gonna read to you what he said verbatim. Because what he said verbatim, I was like, bro, Like, no. Like, no. Like, it's not fair. Like, then what's the point of a team? Like, what's the point of your team? Like, you can literally solo the entire, like, other team by yourself if you had the zone. At least for, like, a quarter. By yourself. You, alone. The fuck? He took on 3 uncrowned kings and beat them 3-on-1! In the zone? The next thing I want to talk about, when it comes to my retractions, I suppose, is there's been this talk about the zone being like unfair, about how when you have like these deeper realms into the zone, it's kind of unfair, because technically the zone is supposed to be an automatic like 100% of your skill and your senses focused solely on the game with no idle thought. And yet, here we have deeper realms into the zone, hence you're exceeding that 100%. That's insane. However, even though initially I found it unfair, and even though I was still intrigued about the deeper depths into the zone, and how I find it at that point in time unfair, right now, no. Right now, Kagami has no other option. He has no other option than to find the depths of the zone. Because right now, Akashi is going 100%. Akashi can literally take out their entire squad by himself. He will turn your ankles into putty. And you can't walk anymore. Oh, Kiyoshi's career, not in basketball, but in life, would be over. His leg would just shatter. He'd be a cripple forever. Akashi right now, he's at that state. He's at that state. And it's not fair. This is the furthest thing from fair I've ever seen. And the fact that Team Sheridan got to the 10-point mark. So this is number 3. Number 3 in the retractions is that I stated that Akashi probably can't try the risky stuff because Kagami right now is so immersed into the zone where Akashi just can't do it. No, false. I was dead wrong about that too. I was dead wrong. So I need to make several apologies here because I've been wrong like twice over. Alright, twice. 3 times over. So I apologize. Alright, my foresight, my precognition led me astray. I underestimated Akashi Seijuro. And that was a foolish mistake. Of course he can go into a fucking zone. And I should have... To me at the time, it didn't seem possible. But now that I see Akashi go into the zone, and him talk about it, and then how he went into the zone before, and then the requirements and the trigger, and all that stuff, I'm like, fucking this is obvious. And yet I couldn't see clearly. There was something over my face. I couldn't see. And I apologize. Akashi is doing the risky stuff. According to him, quote unquote, this is his trump card, the zone. And we all know that the adverse effects of the zone are that you run out of stamina fairly quickly. But unlike Kagami, who used the zone before in the first quarter, and has been using the zone for part of the third quarter and for the current fourth quarter, Akashi just started using the zone. Therefore, at this point in time, Stamina's not a worry. Because had he done this in like the beginning of the third quarter, okay, fine, you could argue that, you know, at some point in time, Akashi, his zone will run out. But no, because right now they're in the fourth quarter, you can easily assume that Akashi can maintain the zone for the entire fucking quarter. Now, again, I believe that Seirin can still win this game. Somehow. Some fucking how. And I'm going with 2 options that are both insane. But one is more plausible because right now we're going on that route. The other one's like a massive what the fuck, but it's possible. The first option is that Kagami, again, he goes deeper into the zone. So deep. Like balls action, like balls deep. Like, yeah. Like everything you got. he goes that deep into the zone where not only can he play on par with this current Akashi, but he can beat this current Akashi. So if Akashi right now is at 100%, yeah, so if Akashi right now is at 100%, Kagami has to go 125%. No, fuck that. 180. Because he's Akashi. Akashi can take you out when you're in the zone with ease. No, yeah, 180, to say the least. However, that only is going to last for a short time span. Because the deeper you go, I would assume the more stamina it takes. Unless they pull some Deus Machina retcon stuff where they actually retract this whole stamina concept. And when you get deep enough into the zone, then stamina is no longer an issue. Which is really ridiculous. Like, if they actually pull that shit out. If they pull it out. Where if you go so deep into the zone, when your balls deep into the zone, stamina no longer is a factor in your gameplay. No. That was some really crazy bullshit. It really would be. So the next option is also crazy, but it may be possible. Maybe. And that is Kuroko going into the zone. Now, I remember how you needed some skill, at least in the game, to go into the zone. And previously, Kuroko didn't have that skill. Let's be very honest here, okay? All he could do was misdirection and pass. Pass. Now, the thing here is that even though his dribbling is okay, and his shot's okay, like, you know, not the best percentage in the world, note how Akashi, at the beginning of this game, he was able to foresee that Kuroko, the Shadow, had attained some light, given that he had attained these current skills. The Phantom Drive, the Phantom Shot, and so on and so forth. And at first, it seemed as if, like, because Kuroko had attained these new skills, it backfired, and his misdirection could no longer be used. But since then, Kuroko has made small adjustments to his misdirection to where he's able to use a certain degree of misdirection right now. But not only that, but because he has attained some degree of skill, again, the Phantom Drive and the Vanishing Shot, the Vanishing Shot, not the Phantom Shot, the Vanishing Shot. Because he's attained a certain level of skill, this may mean now that Kuroko has fulfilled at least the medium, the minimum requirements. There we go, not the medium. The minimum requirements to enter the zone. Because Kuroko clearly has a love for the game. And all he lacked was the skill, according to the first requirements stated by Akashi and others. But because he lacked the skill, there was a very slim chance that Kuroko could enter the zone. But now, even though it's still a slim possibility, now that he's attained these skills, all of a sudden, we may see Kuroko enter the zone. So, again, I'm going to throw it out there. We'll see how it works out. Because right now, it's not fair. Right now, it's really not fair. Okay. It's like someone taking... Okay, imagine two people taking an exam, okay? And the first person is taking the exam like everyone else. You know, like studying, and it's right there for you. You go. The second person is allowed to have an open book exam. Just them, by themselves. That's not fair. So one person takes the exam regularly, and the other person has an open book exam just because. It's not fucking fair. You know what? I need to make a fourth retract. I need to make a fourth one. I stated that given Kagami's current status within the zone, it may be possible for Kagami to actually outbeat the Gen easy come his third year. Wrong. I'm wrong. I'm again clearly wrong. I got cocky. All right, where fuck is Zebra? Because I got really cocky right now. Akashi is never going to be outclassed. He's never going to be outclassed by anybody. Even if they do, like, for example, they have like this thing where like all of the star players in Japan have like an all-star team and they go over to like the States, like they play over there. Even then, Akashi is never going to be outclassed. He will always be in someone's skill range. Whether he's well above them, he's somewhat above them, or he's a little bit underneath them. He's still going to be within... He's still going to be a major threat. Alright? This is not... No. Akashi's too good. Alright? So I apologize. I got cocky. Thinking that Kagami, because he was shutting down Akashi right now, that Akashi would be fodder in like third year. No. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, overall, this was one of the best chapters I read. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Just like the fact, well, at least when it comes to this week, the fact that AKASHI Seijuro is in the zone, the fact that we have Team Siren and they're now in the 10-point mark. You see Kyoshi doing this thing against Nibuya, shuts him down, and he's putting a clear bird on his knee. The fact that they have the stealth, full court man-to-man defense going on, and how they're able to steal with the ball right back before Kyoshi scored that point in. Alright, we had 4 consecutive points on Seiren's favor. 4 consecutive points. And they brought this game back to an actual winning chance for them. And the fact that when they made all these steps forward, when they've made such dramatic progress, in comes the devil himself. In comes Beelzebub, Akashi, Zorn, and Kagami, Meteor Jam, before he even goes like 3 feet, before he even jumps, the dude, steal, cookies, mine, pulls off his shit, yeah, I'm gonna show you real powers. I'm like, what the fuck? You've been showing the power right now, you've been showing them power like forever, alright? You've been just shutting dudes down for damn years, and now you're gonna show them your real power. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And here's the crazy part. Akashi still has an alter ego. Like, dog. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. Like, no. Like, this is not fair. Like, Akashi's not fair. If the alter ego is better than the current ego of Akashi, and that alter ego can go into the zone, if there's 2 personalities in his mind, therefore he can have 2 zones, it's no. Okay, so I had to make a jump cut because the PS4 fell. I'm like, fuck shit, my PS4 fell. So I put them back on the ground, and you guys already saw them. So again, if you got Patreon, if you guys want to be part of that. So let me just wrap this video up by simply reading to you what Akashi said when he explained how his zone operates when it comes to actually entering the zone. His zone. And he says this, and I quote, "For someone to enter this state, they require some sort of trigger. For me, that trigger is not something like moving others to act for the sake of victory. It's the will to move myself, to break away. In other words, it will be when I have decided to fight alone with my own power. When you," and he's talking about the uncrowned kings, meaning Ryo, Nibuya, and Hayama, "when you have disappointed me, and I abandon you all." I'm done. This is a phenomenal chapter because we have just made some insane progress. Because we have Team Sharon 10 points behind now. However, Akashi is now in the zone. And we actually get a greater glimpse into his character scheme. If you would. Character development for AKASHI Seijuro as well. Pretty damn important character development. It's too much. He's too much. He's too much. He's too much. I'm done. I don't know what to tell you guys, alright? We got character development for Akashi. We made story progression. I mean, yeah, that's all I can say. Because right now, I'm too flabbergasted to continue this review. So, I'm just gonna go make some food, watch some Game of Thrones later, and I'll do a review tomorrow of that. So, I'll see you guys later. King of Lightning. Peace. Have a nice day.